Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, let's review Skyfall. Yeah, I guess there is a sky right there with the moons. I don't know if you can see it or not. But anyway, let's move the camera back. Let's get started, because I don't have much to say. But go check out my James Bond playlist. Link is probably right here. But anyway, check out the playlist. You want to see more of my James Bond movie reviews, or my, Connery, Lazenby, Roger Moore, Dalton, and Brosnan Bond rankings. You can also go check that on my James Bond playlist. Get all of that fun stuff. But let's get started. Let's get started with what this movie's about. This movie's about a guy who's getting explosives. I guess he's exposing explosives. He's exposing the British government and its agents and MI6 and killing a bunch of agents, and somehow Emma's involved, kind of in this guy's backstory. I'll talk about that when I get to the villain, and then so Bond has to stop him, and something happens to him. I'm not gonna spoil the movie, so I'll talk about that when I get to the Craig performance. But let's move on. Now you have the good, and starting with the good, you have the action. The action here is just awesome. I especially love the pre-title sequence. That's probably my favorite of the film, with the motorcycle chase, the car chase, train, the digger on the train. I just love it all. I mean, it literally evolves from a car chase to like a little running chase at a little point. Then it goes to a motorbike chase and a motorbike chase on a roof. And then it goes over to the train. You have a train little chase, I guess, with the digger later. And then you also have a train fight. It just keeps evolving. It's just so cool. And the scene where they shot Bond, which, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film, it's just so good. And then you have the other there's two other awesome action sequences in the film. The first one is the running chase through London. Such a good sequence. Seeing London do all this stuff, and it was just awesome. I heard there's like a scene on Her Majesty's Secret Service with Bond. There's a deleted scene with Bond kind of doing a chase through subterranean London. One second, I'm gonna let my dog in. Okay, I'm back, and continuing the good. He's okay. Anyway, so that sequence is just so cool. It's a cool chase sequence. You kind of have like these two people, like it's shot nicely. Everything about it's awesome. And then the house fight, or should I call it the 007 Home Alone fight? That's what I call it. And it's just awesome. There's just so many cool moments. The gunplay is awesome. I also love the scene where he blows up the house, and love that little fight with the henchman, and even the rivalry throughout the scene. It's not as good as you might think it is, but I'll talk about Silva later. And honestly, it's a great action sequence. Those are the three main ones. You also have the one in Shanghai, that little fight, which is alright. It's well choreographed, but I just can't quite tell who's who. I mean, on rewatches, I know who's who, but I don't 100% know who's who. And also the one shot does help a bit. But it's a well shot fight sequence. And then you have the little fight with in Macau. That was pretty cool. It's too much like in the scene of Return of the Jedi, but whatever, I can get over that. Obviously, especially being a huge Star Wars fan. And trying to think if there's any other great action sequences. No, not that I know of. Let me know in the comments, because it might just be down to my stupidity, but whatever. And then you have Craig. He's just such a joy to watch here. I think he's even better here than he was in what was it, Casino Royale? Casino Royale, I think, is a better performance. Like, Craig is a better Bond performance. Like, he just feels like Bond. Like, in Casino Royale, he kind of gives a better performance. He's a bit more serious, but he doesn't quite feel like Bond, at least not 100%. But then here, he feels like Bond. He has all the charm that Bond would have, but he still has the serious, so he's not quite up there with, like, Roger Moore in the camp. It goes too far in Spectre, but it doesn't bother me quite that much. I still really like his performance in Spectre. I mean, I prefer it over, like, I don't know, Connor's performance, You Only Live Twice, or even Diamonds. And even, what the hell? Anyway, let's move on. I'll stop talking about that. But honestly, Craig is great here. Then you have the villain. Ralph Silva is probably one of the better villains in the franchise. Definitely my favorite villain in the Craig era, that's for sure. He's just kind of insane. Like, his plot, his plan, all that stuff. It's just insane. It's just awesome to watch. Javier Bardem does a great job here. The only thing I don't like about him is just maybe his scheme is just is just kind of clunky and very kind of filled with some contrivances. You know, the way his kind of plot is played out, it kind of reminds me of Prometheus in Arrow Season 5. And, like, he kind of feels like the Prometheus that Arrow would do, because he's pretty smart, just like Prometheus is. He plans out every move, kind of like Prometheus. Although this time, unlike in Arrow Season 5, I promise with the way they kind of put that all together. Here, I think it works a bit more, because I'm just having a great time. So, yeah. I mean, I think he's a great villain. Then you have the way Emma's involved. I like the way she's involved. Like, it kind of got annoying in Die Another Day and then in Quantum of Solace. So, but here they did it really nicely. Because Silva and her had a relationship, and then I don't 100% know exactly what happened, but it just became interesting, and all that stuff was great. And honestly, the way Emma's involved, it created for some emotion, especially when she died. It was pretty emotional, and I just really like all that stuff. Then you bring back Q. I don't like Ben Wishaw's Q. What the hell? Ben Wishaw's Q as much as I thought I did. He's nowhere near as good as Llewellyn, but honestly, I think he does a great job. I thought he was pretty good in this and Spectre, and I just really like how they did with him. I like his kind of fact that he's afraid of flight, which is kind of funny, especially it played it pretty nicely in Spectre actually. And honestly, like, I just think Q here, it was kind of nice to see him. I like the exploding pen reference and that museum scene. The gadgets here are alright, but they're nothing to shout at, but they're pretty cool. Then you have being the 50th anniversary Bond film. Honestly, it really works as that. It works so much better than Die Another Day as the 40th anniversary. And if No Time to Die came out next year, then it would be the 22nd anniversary. Wait, what? No, 60th anniversary. What am I thinking? Honestly, so I think this works as a very nicely done anniversary film. It was really cool seeing all of these plot threads come back, especially some and specifically in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. And it was just really cool, like seeing all of this stuff kind of come together. And I especially love the stuff with M and Bond. And here's the weird thing with the Krager. Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace feel like a reboot start to Bond's career, I guess. And then here you have Skyfall, where you kind of just pass through I feel like all the films between, other than Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, all the films, Doctor No to Die Another Day, and then you have Casino Royale. I have a specific order. I can do that video another day, but if I have time, I'll do that. And I mean, honestly, like, I just kind of like the way they just did all this stuff. It brings a lot of plot threads back. Spectre tried to do something like this. It failed so badly, especially with Christoph Blofeld. I'll talk about that when I get to Spectre. And what is he doing? Anyway, sorry about the background noise. Then you have the plot. The plot involving the exposing British agents. It's pretty cool. It's not amazing. I don't think it works as well. It's kind of The World Is Not Enough, which kind of feels pretty similar to this in ways, especially with the emotion. Hey, bud. And honestly, like, it doesn't quite live up to that, but it's the set. I think it's probably the best plot in the Krager, at least in regards to the one film. If it's too, like, Quantum of Solace and Casino Royale, that for sure be my favorite. But here, the plot works. It's a nice little plot for the film, but it's not really what I'm focused on. I'm more focused on Craig, the action, the villain, bringing him back, and all that stuff. So that's the good. Now you have the mixed stuff, and starting out the mixed stuff, the minor characters, I don't know, they don't really work as nice. I don't really care for Sovereign. Like, at first I liked her, but then the more and more I rewatch this film, the less I like her. And some of the other side characters, like, I don't mind Moneypenny here and Q. I don't mind them. They're pretty good here. I talked about Q a second ago. Moneypenny, I didn't realize she was Moneypenny until the end of the film. The first time I watched this, I had no idea that she was Moneypenny. And it was actually really cool to kind of see all that. I really liked all that stuff. That was awesome. And, I mean, other than Moneypenny, none of the new minor characters are really that interesting. There's not really a specific henchman or even really a main Bond girl. None of those parts really bother me because I'm just going for the enjoyment. I'm not basing it off, like, a list of checkboxes. If it was just checkboxes, GoldenEye would be my favorite Bond movie for sure. But, I mean, I can even make a shirt of checkboxes I need in Bond movies. I mean, that'd be hilarious, but I'm not going to do it because I have more important shirts to make. And I'll talk about shirts I would want in the later video, hopefully, but Yeah, enough about that. I just think the minor characters, specifically Savarine, just don't really care for it. A bunch of the secondary, not really secondary villains, but kind of henchmen, like the guy at the beginning of the film. He's okay, but for the most part, I kind of like the introduction to Ray Fiennes, Gareth Mallory, and then he becomes M at the end of the film. That was cool, but most of the other characters are just kind of forgettable. Also, one more thing before we get to the bad is that I'm in the middle, not really in the middle, but I'm making a video where I'm ranking all of the Arrowverse episodes from Arrow season 1 to 5, Flash season 1 to 3, and Legend season 1, 2, Supergirl season 1 and 2. And the Legend season 1 because season 2 I've already done. Oh shoot, that's gonna cause some problems. And then we got Stargirl season 1. So I'm going to be ranking every single episode from each of those seasons because I'm incorporating my scoring system into those rankings, really into every ranking. And I'm not going to be scoring these Bond movies. I might. Well, I kind of already give them. I'm already giving them scores. And I just want to mention that. So let's move on. Then you have the plot contrivances. Oh, sorry. Then you have the bad. Sorry, not the bad. You have the plot contrivances. This movie's a bunch of plot contrivances that I really can't get past, especially involving the villain. Like, how did he know how to hack into the system? And how did that release that specific cell? That one doesn't quite bother me that much. The one that really bothers me is the one with the train. That just, like, how did he know to plant the bomb right there? And how did he know Bond was standing right there? I mean, that's the one that just doesn't work. The rest of them I can get over. This one I just can't. And it does bog the film down a bit, but it doesn't bother me too much. And I can get over it, really. So for this film's final score, I'm going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. I think it dropped a bit on rewatch because I didn't enjoy it quite as much as I did the past bunch of times I've watched it. And it's still a really good Bond movie. It's probably the best made Bond movie of all of them. Other than maybe Casino Royale, GoldenEye, and possibly Goldfinger. I think this is the best made one. And honestly, just such a good film. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios.